If y'all want to see a level of stupidity, the other day Keith Ellison was testifying before a Senate hearing, and something stupid happened. Something like just dumb happened. Y'all don't have a video? Okay, okay. Well, fine. Well, so yeah, I was watching this questioning, and they were jamming Keith Ellison up about this alleged fraud in Minneapolis, and they were hitting them all up about that, and so they were asking him all these questions, and okay, I got it, and then um, this one elected official then did something. I didn't know what the hell where he was going. He all of a sudden, I don't know, y'all. He all of a sudden begins to ask Ellison about something Farrakhan said. Now, when I saw the clip, I went, what that boy talking about? So the first thing I said was, okay, was it something new Farrakhan said? No. Y'all, it wasn't nothing, it wasn't something new. This fool literally asked Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, who's Muslim, he decided to ask him something about Farrakhan calling a gutter religion, Judaism, a gutter religion. I said, wait, let me go. You mean 42 years ago? When Keith Ellison was 20? Hold up, let me try to play this.
Certainly know who Renee Good and Alex Preddy are.
I do.
Yeah, so obviously your priorities are clearly obvious. Tell me about Temple Israel. What happened there?
Well, my dear friend of mine is the
That would be the answer to
lead
your
rabbi
question
at Temple Israel.
Could you just answer my question, please?
Well, a lot of things happen there. Do you have something in mind you'd like to bring up?
Yeah, any particular incidents happen of anti-Semitism?
Well, there have been acts of anti-Semitism there.
What have you done about it?
Of which I oppose vigorously. We've supported local law enforcement in doing the right thing in those communities. I mean, let me tell you, you're asking me about a place I know a lot about. I've been to Temple Israel an untold number of times, and so if they ever have any security concerns, that is a concern of mine. And absolutely.
So what have you actually done differently to help fight anti-Semitism in Minnesota?
I speak against anti-Semitism. I condemn it as repugnant and wrong.
Let's pause there. You speak against anti-Semitism. Will you condemn Louis Farrakhan's comments saying that Judaism is a dirty religion?
You know, sir, I thought I was coming here to talk about immigration policy.
That was a layup question, by the way.
No. I thought I was talking about immigration policy. I didn't know that we were going to be talking about all these matters. I mean, I'm reluctant to just sort of, I mean, we already had one thing where we didn't mention immigration policy at all. I'm fine with you asking about questions around asylum and things like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. But now we're going off in all kind of different directions. I think there should be some scope to this hearing. And so thank you for your interest. And we both share a need to condemn anti-Semitism.
A few of my colleagues have gone over time, Mr. Chairman. So I find it disgusting that we would have a witness who's the Attorney General of a state that will not condemn the fact that somebody said that Judaism is a dirty religion. The fact that we have a witness of that low caliber here before the United States Congress is an insult to this institution.
Greg, I'm just going to go ahead and call it what it is. That was bitch assness. You're asking the Attorney General of Minnesota to condemn a comment that was made when he was 20. The man is 62.
I'm glad that Keith Ellison didn't respond. And in his defense, That's Bernie Moreno, a piece of a man, a crook from a crooked family in Colombia, a family of bankers and grifters. This man himself is a racist. He has joined the Ohio delegation of the White Nationalist Party in not condemning most of the White Nationalist Party delegation from Ohio, in not condemning the faces of Barack and Michelle Obama posted on apes. Maybe if I were Attorney General Ellison, I would have said, I'll condemn that the minute you make a statement on putting the President of the United States and First Lady's faces on apes. You first. No, actually, I probably would have said, well, with all due respect, it is you, Bernie Moreno. So I'm going to leave it at that. These are the stupid citizens of Ohio who voted for him, and too many others who did not go to the polls to make sure that Sherrod Brown was in that seat instead of Bernie Moreno. That piece of a man is in the federal legislature because of our inaction. Yes, I said it, Dayton and Cincinnati and Cleveland. Yes, I said it, Youngstown. Yes, I said it, every place in Ohio. If you are disgusted by what you just heard, that piece of a man say to the Attorney General, who entered Islam through the Nation of Islam when he was a young man, I think he was in college when he joined. If you were disgusted by that, the time to do something about that was the election to put him in the seat. And guess what? Brown is running for re-election now to take the other seat. Maybe if you don't like it, maybe you can counter that by putting somebody next to him, and then Ohio will have one senator, because right now they don't have any.
Cameron.
Man, these kind of gotcha questions and in our clipping culture, where that one clip will be isolated and say, hey, he didn't condemn Louis Farrakhan, and look at him being anti-Semitic, and they'll try to run that into the ground for ads against Keith Ellison, or probably try to tie that around any other Democrat in Minnesota or other places. But I love the way Keith Ellison handled that. Clearly, as he stated, he decries and condemns anti-Semitism, and has worked actually aggressively to root it out. But for that senator to kind of go all over the place in something that was around immigration, and it just was disingenuous, wasn't serving my home state of Ohio. My home state of Ohio. To Dr. Carr's point, I wish we had showed up and showed out a little bit better in the last election around that. But I want to call out not just the senators, but everybody around those senators, the staff, the folks who allow those kind of questions to go ahead. And then I also need to call out Democrats and those Democratic colleagues that were on the dais, because then what senators can do is come in and come check their colleagues on questions, and those gotcha questions like that. They have the power when they get that minute, or they get those couple minutes to answer those questions. That's what they need to call out, because if you just let a clip like that stand, we know how the internet will take it. We know how advertisers and Republican advertisers will take it and try to use that, twist that, and feed the misinformation beast that is all over the internet. And so I call on those fellow senators and fellow members of Congress, when you see your colleagues trying to catch people up in these inappropriate gotcha questions, you need to call out, so there's actual footage of you standing up and condemning that as well.
A 42-year-old comment, will you sit before us and condemn this, Reese? Keith Ellison said, man, take your silly ass on.
Yeah, maybe you need to watch some of Mayor Brandon Scott's conferences, or Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, because he would have smacked it up, flipped it, rubbed it down. It would have been a whole situation, and you wouldn't have got the clip that you thought you was going to get from Brandon Johnson. I mean, at the end of the day, Democrats got to stop being so afraid of what's going to be clipped. It's going to be clipped anyway. They could just make AI at this point. So you trying not to give them a clip, you need to have a backbone. And I did appreciate that he was like, that's not even within the scope. But y'all don't have some clapbacks. I mean, Pam Bondi goes to every fucking hearing with a goddamn burn book and shit. Oh, let me see who was in there. Oh, okay. Oh, senator. Oh, congressperson. Y'all, you can shoot from the hip. Y'all need to have some ready in the clip to go. So, but at the end of the day, this is what he wanted to do, what Moreno wanted to do.
Yep.
Was he wanted to assert his dominance. He wanted to assert his authority. He wanted to be on a clip smacking down a black man, talking about low caliber, this other kind of shit. And see, that is what is important, to deny them. You have to deny them this authority and this dominance that they're trying to do. Fuck a clip. Fuck, oh, well, somebody gonna take this any kind of way. You gotta give them who you talking to. I know you're not talking to me. Low caliber where, bitch? Like, maybe you don't say bitch. Maybe you don't say motherfucker like I do.
Or how about this here?
Got,
you gonna ask me about something 42 years old, I'm like, hey, are you gonna condemn this comment from 38 years ago? Are you gonna condemn, you a senator, you gonna condemn Strom Thurmond? Matter of fact, I want you to condemn Jesse Helms. I would have hit his ass with some shit in the last 42 years and said, you gonna condemn that? Or you gonna condemn that? Or you gonna condemn? I would have hit him with 5, 6, 7. I would have said, hey, Moreno, have you condemned Trump in the video showing the Obamas as apes?
Well, these are the same motherfuckers that duck and run and hide every time Trump says something. Oh, I ain't seen. Mike Johnson is the most know-nothing ass motherfucking speaker in the history of goddamn the U.S. House of Representatives. He don't never know nothing. He ain't never seen it. He ain't got the information on nothing. And so these are people that don't even want to speak to what's currently headline news every single day. So at a minimum, I'm going to give it to y'all. How dare you lecture me? At least get that out. How dare you? Get that. If you can't do that, how dare you? That's the minimum, bare minimum, because it don't matter what the context is. All they want to do is smack your black ass down and try to denigrate you and delegitimize them. Do not give them an opportunity to do that. And like I said, Brandon Johnson be giving them the business every single time. Watch some Brandon Johnson clips.
Yeah, we play him all the time. And listen,
yeah, that's how you do it.
That little silly ass question.
Play back.
That little silly ass question deserves the universal black response. Move your ass on.